The Democratic National Convention planned for Milwaukee later this summer will actually look a lot more scaled down due to COVID-19. This comes, of course, as President Trump plans to touch down in Wisconsin later today, and as new polling shows a widening gap between him and presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden in that battleground state. Bo Erickson and Nicole Sganga have the latest on both campaigns.
Wisconsin is at the center of the Republican political universe this week with visits from both Vice President Mike Pence and today the President of the United States touches down in Wisconsin, his second time this year alone in the key battleground state that his campaign and the pro-Trump super PAC America First Action have poured just about $5 million into since the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic in early March. And a string of new polling shows Mr. Trump trailing former Vice President Joe Biden in that battleground state. A new New York Times Siena poll of Wisconsin shows Biden at 49%, Trump at just 38%. And another poll, Marquette University Law, out yesterday shows registered voters in the state disapprove of Mr. Trump's handling of nationwide protests that broke out after the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis police custody. That's 58% of Wisconsin registered voters that said in that poll they disapproved of the president's handling of the situation. Now, Wisconsin experienced its own demonstrations and protests this week as demonstrators headed to Madison, the state capital. They broke in State House windows, toppled two statues, even attacked a sitting state senator in Wisconsin. Now, Mr. Trump today will touch down in Marinette County in the northeast part of the state, where he'll visit Marinette Marine Shipyard, which was recently awarded $800 million in a U.S. Navy contract to develop a new missile frigate. And with more news on the other side of the aisle, my colleague Bo Erickson is covering all things Joe Biden. Hi, Bo.
Thanks, Nicole. The process for Joe Biden to find his own running mate is ongoing. And the next step in the vetting process, according to our CBS News reporting, is for some of the women to have one-on-one interviews with Joe Biden after the July 4th holiday. But before that takes place, a winnowing effect may have to occur because the list of potential contenders is still pretty long. And because no one likes it when we forget their favorite pick, here we go. It is Senator Kamala Harris, Val Demings from Florida, Susan Rice, that former Obama alumni. There's also Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, and also Stacey Abrams, also from Georgia. The newest addee to the list is Karen Bass, the head of the Congressional Black Caucus. There are also senators, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Tammy Duckworth, and then Senator Tammy Baldwin. And then lastly, there are governors, Michelle Lujan Grisham from New Mexico and also Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan. Certainly a long list of qualified women. And while there is a lot of navel-gazing in this process, it is important because of this one fact. If elected, Joe Biden would be the fourth vice president elected president, the first to do so in a non-consecutive term since Richard Nixon, making whoever is on this list potentially the first female president of America one day. For CBSN, I'm Bo Erickson, CBS News.